Alright, guys. What's going on? Hope everybody's well. I'm well. Um, I'm a little disturbed with things going on in the world today, and I just thought I would maybe add my opinion to it. Mind you, I am no expert. I know very little about the world, but I know how it makes me feel. I know how everything is making me feel, and I try to stay positive about things, and I know that there's good to come. Um, but man, there's a lot of tension going on right now, y'all. There's a lot of racial tension, a lot of injustice, a lot of class, um, battles and stuff. And I'm trying to be careful with my wording here because there's a lot of wording that the media and that the one percenters, I guess you will, like to use to implement more fear or to add more substance to their agenda in a way. So I'm being very careful with how I word this, especially nowadays where people can pick apart a word and find everything wrong with just that one word. But this is my opinion. I'm entitled to it, so I'm just gonna let it go. I don't see color. I don't see I don't see the big deal with it really. It's 2020, y'all. Fuck. On the inside, we're all the same color. We all bleed the same color. Our bodies are made up of the same things. Just because of how I see you and you see me, that shouldn't mean, that I hold anything higher or that I am more in authority than you because my pigment of my skin is lighter. And I'm not saying this as in an ignorant state because I understand the pain and the suffering that black people have gone through. Anybody of color, indigenous people, Native Americans, the original founders of our land, you know? People that were here way before, European settlers and, Christopher Columbus and all that jazz, whatever, things they teach us in school, which, don't get me started on that. But I want to talk about just the fact that we all go through things in a way. Yes, I believe in white privilege. Yes, I believe that me being of a certain color, I do have a certain advantage, and that's not right. But that's systemic. That's not because of me. You know what I'm saying? That's not because of my generation. This has been going on for years, and I feel a lot of pain and a lot of sorrow for my ancestors and a lot of regret for my ancestors actually because because of how life was back then, and I guess how one-sided, and short-sighted, life was back then, and perspectives and the mind and stuff like that. I'm in a place in my life now, being in recovery, that it avails me such things as open-mindedness and the patience to sit down and really have these discussions, not only with other people but with myself, and really get to the root causes of things and try to find some sort of gratitude or peace through it. And like I said, inside we're all the same. We're all that we struggle and we deal with the same emotions. We all, no matter what you do, no matter how you shape us, form us, whatever, inside, we are all the same. And so how do we rise up above all of this stuff? Is we go inside. We look inside and we find that strength and that hope and that faith on the inside. And we practice that. And we try and spread that to other people in such a way that it inspires them to look on the inside and see, am I a good person or am I a bad person? Do I need to change something about myself or do I need to stay the same? Or do I need to disconnect certain traits about me? And really, really be honest. Be honest with yourself about this stuff. And, don't suppress it. You know, that suppression has led to oppression, you know, for so long. And y'all, we're in the year of change. You know, life is changing. We're gradually reaching, I feel like, a higher consciousness of society. You know, look at what's going on right now. People are heightened. They're alerted to the stuff going on now. Especially nowadays with technology, man, you can get it at the drop of a dime. You can be alerted and notified of things so fast. You know. And that can be a catch-22. That can be a double-edged sword, you know, because sometimes, you know, it takes time to really recognize things and see things, you know, through your own experiences and stuff. But man, we got to stay looking towards the inside and changing ourselves before we can do anything else, you know. All my black brothers and sisters, anybody of color, all my brothers and sisters, white, black, brown, doesn't matter. I wanna challenge you to go on the inside and find that strength. You know, this systemic racism that's going on, you know, the only way to beat the system is to be wiser than the system, you know, and to not let others break you down, you know. Find your serenity on the inside. Pray about it, meditate, you know, gain a sense of self and know your worth because you are worthy. We're all here for a reason. If you're on this earth and you're alive and you're breathing, you have a purpose. You know, I believe so. I believe my higher power, my God, is giving me signs and telling me things every day for a reason. Nothing's coincidental. You know, all this pain and everything that's going on right now is you know, it's almost, I don't want to say rightfully so, but it's to show us something. You know, it's to show us how to unite and to not look at color. We're all the same. We're all the same on the inside, man. You know, there's no place for fucking racism in this world. I don't. There's no room for hate. You know what I'm saying? Nothing good ever, stems from hate. There is no progression towards hatred. There's progression towards love and light and leadership. And so I challenge all of you to lead your life. Don't lead a life for anybody else. Don't people please. Don't try to be something that you're not. Just be yourself, you know, and be wiser than the enemy. Be wiser than the system, okay? Do your research, you know. Make the changes that you need to make today, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. You know, life is short. We know that. There's so much going on, you know, with the corona, cancer, suicide, addiction, obviously, you know, and we don't know when our time's gonna come. We don't know when, you know, when the Maker is gonna call us back. You know. If that's what you believe in, you know, that's what I believe in. I'm not saying you have to believe in anything that I'm saying. You don't have to. You could be pissed off as hell right now about my opinion, about me not seeing color. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's on the inside. You know, I feel the pain and I feel the struggles. I've seen the struggles that people of color have to go through. You know, I grew up poor, you know. Yeah, I'm white, but I grew up struggling, and my family struggled. My mom and my dad struggled to put food on the table, you know, clothes on our backs, and, you know, nice clothes for school, and, you know, paying for all that stuff, man, you know. I wasn't raised with a silver spoon in my mouth, you know. And I've been through some shit. You don't know where I've been, you know. You can only imagine. And so be it with other people as well. You don't know where other people have been. So don't judge people. Don't just be quick to assume that you understand their pain or their struggles or what sort of path they've had to walk to get where they are today. Okay? And some people may still be on that path, still struggling to find a way. So I challenge you and I ask you to please look on the inside. Okay? Find what you need to do to better yourself today, okay? And be honest about it. And be willing to change. Take suggestions. Ask questions. Ask people what you may need to do. You know, sometimes other people can see it before we can. you know? And I'm praying so much for our world and our country right now. I've got a daughter, and I'm trying to make this world, the world that I live in, the world that I'm a part of, my responsibility as a civilian on this planet. I'm trying to make my actions mean something, and further secure a better future for her. If you don't have kids, just think about your friends. Think about other people that are in this world that may be here long after you're gone. Because that's really where it is. Generations and stuff, and there's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of pain in this world right now, but there's also a lot of love, and there's a lot of wise people that are rising above it with love and peace. Okay? And I love every one of you guys. And I really, really, really just hope that we can all look on the inside. Okay? Get through this. Find a solution. Don't be a part of the problem. Okay? We don't need to tear down our communities to build them up. What we need to do is we need to stay above the system, above our enemies. And sometimes not doing something is doing a lot. Okay? Which I mean, what I mean by that is not reacting in such a way. Okay, I understand the pain, I understand the suffering. But it's an eye for an eye. What's it gonna do? Be smart, be patient, pray. Okay? God is around us. My God is around us. And there's ways to look at things, and really find that better solution, So that's all I got, guys. I really just been thinking about this stuff, and I haven't made a video and I haven't commented about it in a while because, like I said, sometimes I just need to unplug and think about it and really look at myself from the inside, and see, am I being a part of this, or, part of the problem, or am I willing to sit and hear other people's stories and their struggles and say, I hear you. How can I help? How can I help? Because that's all I want to do. I want to be a part of the solution. I don't want to give in to that negativity and be a part of the problem. Racism is dead. It's 2020. Okay? We need to love. We need to lead. We need to learn. So that's all I got, guys. I love you. I hope everybody is well. I am doing well. 15 and a half months clean. Woohoo. All right. I love you guys. Be well.